slab leaks under the foundation can be either water or sewer based. There's multiple ways of fixing that issue. The homeowner calls us and tells us they have a leak. They're either noticing water coming up into the floor or it's coming up around the sides of the home.
Basically, the easiest way to kind of know if you have one is you start hearing water in the middle of the night when nothing's running. You start hearing running water. Another good sign is warm floors if it's a hot water slab leak. Some people call because they get high water bills and they think they have a slab leak. Typically it's a toilet running. Honestly, a slab leak again is one of those hard ones to tell. It's when the house is dead quiet and you hear that you know there's a problem.
So in that process, we first go in and we start to try to isolate and find out where the water's coming from, whether it's in the yard or under the house.
The way that I like to locate them is by manifold testing. There's a lot of different ways to locate slab leaks.
And manifold testing is where they go from one section, say from the heater, they'll come down into the concrete and they'll run a line over to the kitchen. And then from the kitchen, they'll tie in all of their connections and then come down and run a line over to the bathroom. Those loops where they come up are called manifolds. And in any of those manifolds, we locate those manifolds to find out where those leaks are.
If it's a cold water slab leak, their whole house is fed with cold water lines all over the place. If we're not the plumber that built it, we don't know exactly where they're running, so we can electrify them with a current and trace the copper lines. So what I like to do on a cold water side is cut it apart so I can isolate each line individually, so that way I'm not chasing all around your house, wasting a bunch of time. A hot water slab leak's a little bit more easy to identify, I would say, because you're gonna feel a warm spot on the floor. That's kind of indicating where the leak is at, and then you can kind of look around the house and go, oh, there's a sink there, there's a tub here, the hot spot's in between the two. I would assume there's a copper line right here. You put air in the system, you listen in between the two, and you hear the bubbles. On a cold side, there's no real indication to find where it's at unless water is subsurfacing. So at that point, you're just kind of listening throughout the whole house. So if you can isolate it down to a manifold, again, from a sink to a sink or a sink to a tub, you can then listen in a direct location so you're not wasting as much of the customer's time or money.